Hello everyone, it's Bartosz Oleś from Polish Fighters, and with me is heavyweight and light heavyweight Oktagon MMA champion Will Fleury. Hello again, mate.
What's up, how's things? How you getting on?
Yes, I'm fine and good. My first question is about your last fight. You beat Kasim Aras. Did your opponent surprise you anyway?
Look, I thought ours was a really dangerous fight. I think everybody underestimated him. I saw before the fight that the odds were huge on him to win. He was really explosive, and if he caught me with one shot, it could have been over very quickly. I'm really proud of the fact that I didn't let that happen, and I picked him apart pretty well. I won the first round, like just by keeping it outside, keeping the range. And in the second round, he knew he had to come in. And when he did come in, I managed to catch him a good shot, and I finished the fight pretty quickly. Proud of the performance, but like, I'm surprised how much everybody underestimated him because it seems like, oh, he was an easy fight. He was not an easy fight. I made it look easy because I did my homework beforehand, but really, this guy was very dangerous.
Yeah.
I think he's going to knock out a bunch of people in the next couple of years if he keeps fighting because he's got a very explosive style and his hands are fucking fast and powerful, you know?
Mhm. But you know, in heavyweight division in Octagon, the situation is not too good. Do you feel that there isn't a fighter in the heavyweight division who is on your level?
Look, my fight with Lazar was a very tough, very close fight. Um, so I can't say that he's not on my level. You know, to win that belt it's the toughest fight I've ever had, to be honest. And then I'm looking at guys coming in like Sam Byong and there's a couple of other guys. So I don't think the heavyweight division is in a really bad place. I've had a good run. I've won my last three fights and the first two were I've won my last three fights at heavyweight.
Yeah.
And, the last two have looked very dominant because I knocked out Martin Buday. But like, I think everybody expected him to smash me and I knocked him out in the first 40 or, first 100 seconds of the fight. So I've made it look like it's a weak division. I don't think it is a very weak division.
Mhm.
Light heavyweight is genuinely a weak division. So like the belt I'm defending next Saturday, it's been a year and a half since I've defended the belt and there's been no challengers. So that's been I feel like we really need to fill up the light heavyweight division, get some contenders in, get some real talent in that division. Heavyweight, actually, it's not so bad.
Originally at Octagon 92, your opponent was supposed to be Daniel Skvorem. Were you happy with that fight in the rematch with him?
Yeah, I was surprised that he really wanted this rematch. And I think maybe he didn't really want it, but Octagon pushed him for this fight because nobody else wanted to challenge for the belt at light heavyweight. So, like I said, there's not a whole lot of talent at light heavyweight in Octagon right now. Like Alex Popik was the number one contender. He's a complete pussy and he won't fight me.
Alex
Like
Popek maybe go to the UFC. I heard
I
the
see
rumor.
now that he's going to the UFC, but like it's crazy that he's going because like he spent his whole time in Octagon trying to fight the easiest guys possible, not taking on any big names. It looks like they wanted to set him up for a title shot this whole time and he just wouldn't do it. And now he's taking very, very easy fights. And when he goes to the UFC, look, I wish him well, but the guy hasn't fought anybody real in a long time. He hasn't had a tough fight in ages. And now you're going to go into the UFC and compete. I don't think you're going to do too well. I wish you the best, but like you didn't get there by fighting tough fights. So how are you going to turn it around now?
However, as we know, your opponent will be the Mahmoud Muradov.
It's a great fight.
Were they any offer other options to replace for other Muradov?
No, like, cause honestly, I only found out about this at 2 p.m. on Monday. So it's like 2 days ago that I found out. And I saw the message come in and I was just like, fuck, it's 12 days. They're not going to be able to get anybody. And then within 1 hour, they were like, maybe Murdoch will take it. And I thought, like, oh, it would have to be a lot of money for Murdoch. And I don't know if Octagon, because the show is already sold out. It's like, I don't know if they're going to want to pay so much for a guy to come in and fight. And then literally 2 hours later, it was like, yeah, Murdoch is okay. Let's
Mhm.
go. His contract coming over. I was like, amazing. Um, I never got another name. They offered it to Alex Bofik as well, but like I knew like she definitely won't take it. Um, so yeah, look, I was delighted it was Murdoch. There was nobody else that would have stepped up on this short notice. So fair fucks to him for stepping up. I think it's going to be an amazing. Like, look, we're the two highest level fighters that have ever fought each other in Octagon, and
I think the one of the best.
yeah, and look, I respect Muradov's skill set. He's a legit martial artist, and I'm really excited to go out there and prove myself against a guy like him.
I see that you're happy about this fight.
Yeah,
I see in your face.
these are the fights you want, though. As in, look, like I came to Octagon to do big things. I came to Octagon to do special things. So the Budai fight, everyone was like, "Oh, it's such a tough fight." I was like, "Great, amazing! Watch what I can do against this guy." And I think I did a good job. I went there and proved it, right? Mordov is such a good opportunity for me to prove who I am. So like I've done this work for years. I've been this guy, but like everybody doesn't believe it because it's like you're not beating the names. So give me Magman Mordov and watch what I can do to him. And then you'll say, "Oh yeah, but he's lighter than you. He's a middleweight, really. He took it on short notice." It'll be like, "Okay, watch what I do to the next guy." So
Yeah.
always I feel like I'm proving everybody wrong every time. And they always just say, "Oh, but like that guy, he wasn't that good and blah blah blah." It's like, okay, my whole career is going to be this. It's just going to be me beating the crap out of guys, and then you'll make some excuse about why it wasn't the right guy. And I'm so determined to just be like, okay, I'll just keep smashing the guy you think I can't beat. And for me, Mordov is a brilliant opportunity. And I really respect him for giving me this opportunity and taking it on short notice.
Yeah. Okay, we go to the other subject. Krzysztof Jotko recently beat Kerem Engizek once again in Cologne. What do you think about that fight and the referee job? Because, in my opinion, what this referee do in this fight, this is a big scandal.
You think the refereeing was wrong, or you think Engizek's behavior was wrong?
This is my next question
Okay.
about it.
I thought the referee did a decent job. It was a very hard fight to referee. So I've had Gerd Richter as a ref a few times. I've always found him very fair. In the rules beforehand, he's very clear. What he does and doesn't want. Maybe he could have taken a point from Engizek earlier. The first cage grab, it was a
But you
long
know,
cage.
Engizek had 6, 7 falls,
Yeah, yeah,
maybe
and
eight
long
and
like the
one point, and that's it.
yeah, yeah. Look, maybe you're right. I would need to rewatch the fight, but I remember in the first round, Engizek held the cage for like 4 seconds, 5 seconds, maybe.
Yeah,
Obviously holding, and Jocko would have got him down. And when he got down, he got mounted and he got smashed.
and this
So
is a
maybe,
free time. I see it, and he grabbed in the cage about 2, 3 times. I
yeah,
think on the first
and it
round.
makes a huge difference in the fight. So look, you're right. Could have been punished more harshly. But I suppose, like, overall, Jocko was still winning the fight in my eyes. So even with all the cheating, I still saw Jocko as the winner.
Yeah,
And it fairly clear. It was like, okay, Engizek, third round, fourth round, he did a little bit better. He had his moments on the feet. Definitely, he did better than in the first fight. But then to act like such a bitch afterwards,
yeah,
like to be such a coward, like to like say, "Oh, okay, this guy's won twice, but actually one of my illegal shots was not illegal. So now I'm going to take back that. I'm going to steal your belt. I'm going to try and assault you. My teammates are going to hop in the cage and spit on the back of your friend, like your head." It's disgusting. And the fact that Octagon kind of tolerated this, like where they said, "Oh, nobody got badly hurt, and we're better. Like we feel like this went better than Holzer and Ilby." Engizek stole the belt and held it up in front of the crowd and
yeah,
started chanting all this bullshit. To me, like, I understand why Jocko is so angry because I'm angry. I'm watching this and I'm like, how is this guy not getting punished more than he's gotten punished? How
yeah.
is this like acceptable? And if you
Who-
don't punish this guy really badly, you're
Mhm.
inviting this behavior to happen again. And we all know the real answer. Because he's German and because there's an audience there, oh, the money's coming in, it's all good. It's like, okay, guys, you get this money now, but long term, what does this say? It says, hey, you know what? If you make the big money, you can make whatever you want. And you know who's not going to come to the shows now? You're not going to have any women at your shows. You're not going to have any families at your shows. All the corporate sponsors, they're going to go, yeah, we don't want part of that because we saw these guys, these thugs hopping in cage, spitting on people's heads, all this drama. We don't need that shit. We'll put our money somewhere else. So
Yeah.
you lose a lot more money than you get from this stuff long term. And I hope Octagon are smart enough to realize this.
But what do you think about these penalties to the Engizek, to the staff coaches and his brother? I think because in my opinion, this penalty, this is fucking joke.
Yeah, and look, I think what's worse than it, because like if they came out straight away if the on the Saturday night, and I know they say that, oh, we have to do an investigation, review the footage, blah blah blah, but it was obvious that this was really, really wrong on Saturday night. Everybody with any eyes could see something fucking horrific. Like this is bullshit behavior. This guy is, and they, another thing they said that I really hated. Oh, Kareem has always been an exemplary fighter before now. You know, up to this guy has always acted like with great respect and sportsmanship. No, he hasn't. That's total bullshit. After the first fight with Jotko, he said, oh, Jotko got lucky. Oh, you know, he was lucky I tapped. Like all this bullshit. He's never been a proper sportsman. Now, he never did anything as crazy as he did last Saturday. But he behaved like a twat a bunch of times. And even I've been around, I cornered against different guys, and Engizek was on the card another time in Prague, and him and his team were acting like little bitches backstage. So he's not a fucking sportsman. He's a bullshit artist, and he always has been, and now he feels like he can get away with it. But look, it's obviously not enough for punishment, but the biggest thing that I saw was the reluctance of Oktagon to actually punish him on the Saturday night. Only that the fans in Germany were like, what the hell is this? Why is this guy being able to get away with this? Why are they not condemning it more? I think that forced Oktagon to act. But
Yeah.
if the fans hadn't said, oh, this is terrible, what are you doing? And when is he getting punished? I don't think they would have acted at all, which is pathetic. It's terrible. So I was really surprised by the behavior of Octagon and Andre in this. But look, I think they'll have learned their lesson, hopefully. I think they will see that actually the fans really don't want this kind of crap. And overall, they have a much better thing going with keeping the events as you can hype things, but it's within the frame of sportsmanship and good behavior. Because
Yeah.
look, everybody wants to make money. We understand. Okay, I get it.
Of course.
I get that, like, I can understand why they do the celebrity fights and all this crap, right? But when you have thugs jumping in the cage, it affects everyone's money. It affects everyone's bottom line. And guys, it's a sport. It's personal safety comes first, okay? And we're not a bunch of thugs. Like, otherwise, what separates us from street fighters? We may as well all be football hooligans, right? Most of us got away from that type of stuff to become martial artists. We're not going back to that crap. This isn't why I gave my life to this sport. So I thought it was total bullshit. I understand why Jocko's very angry. I'm angry, like I'm not happy about the whole thing, but it hasn't directly affected me. So
Okay, but ultimately, Jotko is the middleweight champion. If you win with Muradov, you want to fight with Jotko
yeah,
for the middleweight belt.
yeah, yeah. Look, I've talked about this for a long time, and it's not just because it's Chris. Whoever was the middleweight champion, I want that. Like I want the third belt. And I've told Jocko, hey, if I come down and you win this fight, you can come up and we'll challenge for the light heavyweight belt after. Because he said, I want to come up and take your belt. And I was like, no, 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 no. You owe me the chance to come down and take your belt. And then if you win, come back up and you can have a shot off my belt. Um,
Good.
so I think it like either way, it's good. You know, it's a good thing for both of us. And like, I think it's a great fight. Like, I see the way Chris fought. I think he has to be a bit sharper and he's got to be a little bit more protective. If he's going to fight against a guy like me, I have much more power in my hands than Engizek. But I know I fought Jocko before. He's good defensively when he's sharp. He
Yeah.
looked a little bit like I think he thought he would just blow Kareem out of the water. That Engizek would be an easy fight for him because he did it so easily in the first time. Maybe he underestimated Engizek slightly. I know he's a damn good fighter though, so I don't expect him to be that sloppy against me. But if he is like that, oh, he'll get knocked out very quickly. His head position was very high. He wasn't looking good. But look, I think either way, he's going to come in very prepared. I'm going to come in very prepared, and we're going to make it a great fight. But first, I have to beat Makhmed Muradov, and
Yeah,
that's a great fight too. So it's
of
exciting
course,
times, you know.
of course. But Will, tell me, after you win Muradov,
Mm.
after you win Jotko, what weight is your ultimately goal? Because you know the briefly previous months you fight this weight, this weight, this weight.
Mm.
What this is your goal?
I'll be honest, wherever the biggest challenge is and wherever the biggest fight is, that's where I want to go. Genuinely. Now, I don't know if I can defend all three belts at once, and I'm not here to clog up the divisions. So if there's a guy like Tadef who's very talented and he's like, hey man, I've been waiting my whole life for this chance. What the fuck? I like I don't think I can realistically maintain the three belts. I'm now in a situation where I just fought heavyweight. 6 weeks later, I'm about to fight light heavyweight. So I think I've earned my window to go down to middleweight and win this belt.
Yeah.
But how long will it take me to get back up to heavyweight then? Oh, who knows? But maybe it's possible. Like, look, maybe if they said, okay, you can fight Jotko in December or like maybe late November, December, whatever show, maybe it's the Octagon 100 show they want to do this on. And then maybe in in April next year, there's a heavyweight fight. And they say, okay, you can fight Tadef in April and it's, going to be in like Stuttgart or somewhere. Maybe that's possible to do. I need to feel my body and feel it. But honestly, it's where the biggest challenges is. Like
Mhm.
wherever, when I win that third belt, it becomes then about like, where's the next really big fight? Where can I like make it more special, make a big legacy from this? So right now I have a brilliant fight with Muradov. This is a real legacy maker fight, and it's like I have to be sharp, I have to be really real for this, and I love this. It brings the best from me. I rise to these challenges all the time. But I think after obviously losing the weight to go to middleweight is going to be very difficult. And after this, I'll look around the horizon. Maybe I'll want some time off because the cut to middleweight will probably suck a little bit. But I'm very eager to do another big thing. I'm 37 right now. I've just gone 37 a couple of months ago. I'm really determined to do as much as I can with the time I have left because I'm not going to be here forever. And I really want to make something really special happen in that time. And so far, I feel like I've been doing that, but I want to pack as much into these couple of years as I can.
But do you still have ambition to go maybe the across ocean again? UFC,
To
PFL?
America. So look, I got a really good offer from the PFL after I beat Martin Budai. Um, it was very, very significant. Like I was really happy with the offer, and I wanted to get out of my contract with Octagon after this. Um, and then I got an offer from sorry, I didn't get a full offer from the UFC. I got like my manager mentioned some figures, and he was like, "This is what they're looking at paying you if they sign you." And I was like, "That's why would I go back to that money when I'm now able to really make a living from the sport?" And I've been working a long time to make a living from the sport. So it's like, come on, you want me to take like 75% pay cut to fight in your organization? This is crazy. Um, yeah, look, I didn't take those offers. Like I used the PFL offer to get more from Octagon, and I got a really good contract with Octagon. I'm quite happy in that for now. I think once I start to do really special things, we'll have to go, okay, guys, come on. Look, you're not paying me as well as you like. Obviously, I'm an Irish fighter fighting in like Germany and Czech Republic, but come on, it's obvious I'm the most special guy you have. Like, even right now, I'm a double champion and I'm pound for pound number one. It's undeniable I'm the best fighter the guys have. Beating Muradov cements that legacy. Beating Jotko makes it incredibly special. And after that, I feel like, guys, you're telling me like, oh, it's Central Europe, you're not the big ticket seller. Honestly, in Czech Republic now, people really know who I am. Like, it's cool. I have a fan base there. And like, I don't have a ton of support in Ireland because the Irish MMA scene is not very big right now. But I really get a lot of support in Czech Republic. And in Germany, my support is growing a lot because I'm doing really special things and because I've got this attitude where, man, I'm I'm here to fight. I really love fighting. It's not like some like tough guy image bullshit. I'm not even really a very tough guy. I just really love fighting. I love the sport. I love what this thing is. And if you give me the chance to go in and fight the best guy I can, cool, let's go. I want to fight. I want to find out. So I think people love that attitude. And it's growing in the fan base there. And I think that it will become a fact of like, hey, this guy is clearly the best fighter we've ever had by a distance. He's clearly a star. He clearly has charisma and he can knock people out. And everybody wants to see good knockouts.
Yeah.
So I think I'm in a good position to renegotiate a contract after those two fights.
Okay. But tell me, the Oktagon pay you more than this PFL offer?
Similar, yeah. Like it wasn't more, but it was structured more favorably to me. So the actual overall money is kind of similar. It's basically the same, but like, look, it's dollars and euros, so there's a little difference in that sense.
Yeah.
But overall, like whatever way it works out, if I go and win a third belt, and I get more bonuses doing it this way.
Yeah. Okay, Will. This is for me. From me. Thank you for interview. Thank you for time again,
Cheers,
and
Bart.
good luck to you fight against Muradov. You must go the best show. Thank you.
Thanks, really, Bart. Appreciate the time. Thanks for the coverage and everything, really.